Hey, hello everyone, it's Jeffrey Fung and I'm back with another YouTube video. So in this video, I actually had a casual conversation with one of our students. His name is Joseph, and Joseph is a little bit different because he hit 30K in a single month. So that's absolutely crazy because that's quite a lot of money. And that's, if you do that in a yearly point of view, that's 360K a year, which puts him in the top tax bracket. I do apologize for this video because as I was chatting with him on Zoom, I didn't realize, but his video quality is not the greatest. I apologize on that, but nonetheless, a lot of value, a lot of really, really good conversations and topics were talked about on how you can start and how you can succeed and scale your Amazon store to 30K a month. But please give it a good watch. I apologize for the poor video quality, but yeah. Where
Yeah.
were you at before your trip?
Uh, some days, between like 800, 1,000, some very good days where I'll do like maybe 1,200 thereabouts
Wow.
per day. And
That's impressive. So that's
yeah,
let's say like 30 grand, give or
yeah,
take.
around 30 something grand a month. Yeah.
Just like to recap, you've been in the program for a couple of months now.
Yes.
Um, the month before you went on vacation, you hit like a 30K month, give or take.
Yep.
Yeah, damn, that's impressive. That's very, very impressive.
Mhm.
And with that being said, um, just have a couple questions I wanted to ask. The first being from the like backtrack a couple months back when you first joined.
Mhm.
Why did you decide to want to join, Seller Sync Academy and our mentorship program out of like all the other programs out there?
Yeah. I mean, when I first saw, because I mean, I'm used to like a lot of programs by these
Mhm,
internet gurus and all that. I've tried a lot of stuff, and
mhm.
you see
Yeah.
them come on there and they're promising this and promising that, and then you join, and then it's not like what they are claiming, But when I saw your video, the first time I actually saw your video, I could actually tell that you were genuinely trying to help people.
Yeah.
I could just tell, I could just tell. And I think it didn't even take me days before I joined the program after that, because I was already looking for, my brother always told me something because like I told you, he's big into Amazon. It's private label, but he's like one of the big ones. So anyway,
Yeah.
he always told me that, you know, you need a mentor when you are in a business like this. You need a mentor, somebody who's going to be there to direct you so you don't make the same mistakes that most people are making, because that's going to
Yeah.
be the make or break basically. So
Yeah.
I was always keeping my eye out for a program that I would feel comfortable with,
Yeah.
and then I just saw your video and that was it. I just felt, so yeah, this is the one, and
Yeah.
but since I joined, I've not been disappointed because I know that you always find time
Yeah.
to relate directly with the people in the program, because like I said, I've joined a lot of programs, real estate programs, all kinds of programs, and you never find people who actually devote that time to. They just give you like certain tips, and then from there it takes a whole lot of work to actually talk to them one on one.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been very open, communicative, and that's what I was looking for. So that's why I joined.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And actually, the program Celestine Academy, right? It was built out with that logic because I've noticed, like, just in the market as a whole, not just
Yeah.
Amazon, but just in general,
Yeah.
it's very hard to get in contact. Even when you join a program, a lot of these
Yeah.
programs, they make it difficult to get in contact with the actual, like, quote unquote guru,
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly.
Like, you have to
Yeah.
jump through hoops, and
Oops. Exactly. Mm.
like that's kind of like discouraging, but also the main thing is if you have a question, you just can't ask it. Like it's so hard
Yeah.
to get your answers. It's not really worth it. So like that's why I built the program more in a way where it's more accessible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was looking for. Accessibility, and that's what I found. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So even with that being said, how long were you thinking, like, and this is going back, but like how long were you thinking about like starting Amazon, jumping into this whole space as a whole?
Yeah. So uh I've been, like I told you before, I've been on the Amazon whole business model before I joined the program, but I was doing private label.
Mhm.
Now,
Yeah.
and I've also tried retail arbitrage in the past. I actually started with retail arbitrage in the past,
Yeah.
but I didn't even know anything about wholesale. Like I didn't even know wholesale was one of the
Yeah.
ways that you could do Amazon until I saw your program. So basically, what I was out there looking for was just mentorship for Amazon in general. You
Mm.
understand? And then when I saw your program, I was like, wow, this is interesting because this this wholesale model actually feels more like it's the least time
Yeah.
consuming of all the models that I found. So when I found your program, it was like, oh, wholesale, that's another model, and this is a good way to get into it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I was searching for a while. I was searching for that mentorship for a while because I had done retail arbitrage in the past that didn't work. I had done
Mhm.
private label, and private label, not that it didn't work. I still have my private label brands. I
Mhm.
have what's it called now? Like I have the trademark and everything for it and all that, but it's very capital intensive. So I
Very, yeah.
dialed it back. I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do is get into a different model, make some money that I'll be able to now pump into, the private label business. And so when I found your program, talked about wholesale, I was like, well, this is it.
Yeah.
So
Very, very like I feel like our model,
yeah,
it's good in the sense where number one, it's easy to understand.
exactly.
Very straightforward, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a little bit of logistics here and there, but
Hmm.
the from a high level, the
Hmm.
model is relatively easy to understand.
Exactly.
It's very retail
Yeah.
specific, except online. But the second thing, to your point, is every model out there, like private label, right? Private label,
Yeah.
where you basically start a brand or you buy overseas, you have to spend so much money, tens of
Exactly.
thousands,
Yeah.
easily 20 grand at
Oh
least.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very capital intensive. Yeah.
Yeah, and you're not even like guaranteed to get sales. It's just
Exactly.
just to get started.
Even buying inventory with the MOQs and all that, it's capital intensive. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But and like realistically, yes, there are people who have that, but not many people, like especially when like say like you have no previous business experience.
Yeah.
For most people, it's like it's very scary to put 20 grand. Like even for me 3 years ago, when I
Yeah.
first started, like I wouldn't put 20 grand without a return, like without a
Exactly.
guaranteed return.
Yeah.
But then with this model, it's like number one, you can get started with very little amounts of money compared to like 20 grand. Like with a couple $100, you can get results, right? You can
Exactly.
get sales,
Yeah.
you get profits.
Yeah.
And it's one of those where you turn your money quick.
Exactly.
You buy something on a Monday, right? Arrives, you can ship it out by the end of the week. By next week, right? You can start
Yeah.
getting sales
Getting sales. Yeah.
in an ideal scenario, and you could turn your $1 into two, $2 into three very
Yeah.
quickly,
Yeah.
very scalable into like future endeavors. You get what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
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 Mhm.
So I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Like even to that point, like you haven't been in the program for super long, for a couple of
No.
months now, and
Yeah.
the fact that you got to like 30 grand this quick, um, talk to me. Like what have you done? Like, or was there any like specific special skills, special things that you done that help you get there?
Yeah. Group actually gave me direction on the actual stuff that mattered, when it comes to the Amazon wholesale business. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. That's um I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like with this model, with this model specifically, like direction is like a massive thing, right? Like
Exactly.
if if you search on YouTube, like Amazon in
Yeah.
like 2025 on YouTube, there's so many
Mhm.
videos out there. But the
Yeah.
problem with all these videos is they just talk. There's a lot of talk, but there isn't like a very clear direction on, oh, how can you set up your Amazon account?
Yeah.
What softwares to use? Even if you search what,
Actionable
yeah,
direction. There's
yeah.
not much of that out there, and this program actually does that. So yeah.
Yeah. Like even if you search softwares to use on Amazon, you're going to find 10 videos telling you 10 different softwares.
Exactly.
And the only way you're gonna find out is to spend money, right? Like subscribing to
Exactly.
all of them. And then
Yeah.
you're gonna quickly realize that most of them don't even work properly or they're not even that good, worth the money.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I think direction is like super important.
Mhm.
In terms of just like overall experience in the program, like how has that been?
Oh, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful because I mean, whenever I go on the group calls, I always learn something new. Always, and of course, you know that I also brought a friend
Yeah,
in the program, and he always tells me how wow, it makes it so much easier because he's a very busy person as well. And
yeah,
if I had decided to do this on my own, I would probably be nowhere right now. It's like it makes it a lot easier because on his free time he can go. Sometimes he's not able to make the calls because
yeah,
he works in the entertainment industry and he's busy. So it'd be like when I go like sit down and listen back on the calls, I'm like, wow, this is everything that I need in one place.
yeah,
Where I don't have to now start doing trial and error to get to those points. So basically, I mean, it's the program has been definitely wonderful for me because even though I know a little about Amazon in general, I didn't know anything about the wholesale model. I didn't know anything about all those tools that you could use to source products and all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. So definitely, going through the program has definitely helped reduce the work that I would have had to do in terms
yeah.
of sourcing for products and getting sales and all that stuff. So yeah, it's been wonderful for me.
Well, I mean, to your point, right? Like trial and error,
Yeah,
like the whole point of like the coaching program, the mentorship is for you to reduce trial and error in
trial
the
and error.
sense where, like, you're learning from me. Um, I like to say I found relative success on Amazon in
Yeah,
the sense where I've figured out specific things like how to find products, what softwares to use
yeah,
through trial and error, right? Through testing all of
exactly.
these different things.
Yeah,
And the whole point is now you're kind of joining the program and you're skipping all of that. So you
exactly.
save yourself time
Yeah.
and a lot of money,
Mhm.
like a lot of money from like trying all these different things, and you
Mhm.
have the right direction, like that right
Exactly.
guidance. And
Yeah,
I think that's everything, right? That's
yeah,
everything.
for
Um,
sure.
but even to that point, like I guess it's kind of like an off-topic question, but on average, how much do you think you like spend on the Amazon business? Is it like a lot, or for what it is, like 1 to 2 hours, like how much time have you spent on the business on average?
See, I actually told my friend this question you just asked. I told my friend something. I was like, sometimes when you go on the modules and you read about this stuff
Mhm.
and you see like maybe stuff about Keeper, stuff about this, there was one particular point that Jeff mentioned a long time ago, when one of the first few calls I was on, he had said that at some point you're going to be able to look at all these tools like Keeper and all that
Yeah,
and instantly know if a product is good or not. And
yeah,
when you said that, I was like, oh, these charts look complicated and all that. I don't know if it's going to be that way. But now, literally, when I go on all those things, I can instantly tell if a product is good or not.
yeah,
So that's the kind of impacts that it has had on cutting down the time that I spend sourcing products or going
yeah.
through anything on Amazon. I literally know where to go, what to look for, and all that. So, in terms of time that I spend on Amazon, I would say maybe on average I would spend maybe an hour a day, here and there. But if I was doing like if I was sourcing for products and I, really wanted to find good products, like sometimes I would sit down and say I want to spend 2 hours sourcing for products, and I always find one or two products.
Yeah.
Find one or two, sometimes up to 4 or 5, and that's just it. It has cut down the amount of time that I spend sitting down actually sourcing for products. Because I mean, if I find one or two products a day sourcing, that's more than enough because I have a list of them somewhere and just go through them one by one and go by. So I mean, that's how it's been so far. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like sourcing, like looking at the softwares.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's a slight learning curve,
Mm-hmm.
but the analogy that I love to say this analogy, it's like driving a car.
Yeah.
When you first learn how to get in the car, turn on the car, it's very difficult. Even just
Yeah.
your very first time driving,
Yeah.
you're going to spend a lot of time. You're going to be very confused and very scared,
Yeah.
but then it gets better. That's
Yeah.
like the most difficult you'll ever get, the most overwhelming you'll ever get.
Yeah.
By the third time you're driving, fifth time, 10th time, 15th time,
Yeah.
now it's kind of like muscle memory, right?
Muscle
Like
memory. Yeah.
over time, you just pick up on certain things that you don't ever forget, and it just comes with experience. And then
Yeah.
before you know it, by your 30th time driving, you're ready to go for your driver's license test and you
Yeah.
pass, right? And
Yeah.
now you just know. And now like for you, like say you want to drive, you get in the car, turn on the car, you reverse out of the parking lot and you're driving. Like no, like
Yeah.
easy,
Yeah.
right? But
Exactly.
it's like the same thing, right? With like finding products, sourcing products. In the beginning, yes, there's a level of overwhelming, I guess,
Yeah.
and there's a slight learning curve. But once you do it enough, and we're here to help you the whole way, right?
Yeah.
Like you just over time develop that skill set on how to do it. And now, like you said, like you open your computer for 2 hours, it's not always guaranteed, but
Yeah.
you have a direction that you're looking at and
Yeah.
you know how to find products. And
Yeah.
if not, say like you have a bad day, right?
Yeah.
It's okay. Tomorrow you can do it again. And then
Exactly.
over time, like you just build a big catalog of products, literally to the point where you have so many profitable products that
Yeah.
there's not even enough money to buy, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's
and
the
I
beauty of
and
this
I
model.
and I think I'm actually getting to that point because just a few days ago I was thinking this same thing. I was thinking, oh, I might get to a point very soon where I might need to go get a loan to
Yeah.
to scale. Because there's all these products that but I try not to get carried away. Right? I try not to get carried away because like I said, I just got to that phase where I'm not doing much product testing as
Mhm.
opposed to like actually scaling
Yeah.
products. You understand? So I'm getting to that point. I would say I'm at that point where I want to be concentrating on scaling now
Mhm.
as opposed to just testing products. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, that's definitely a good problem to have, right? Getting to
Yeah,
that point
exactly.
where
Yeah.
I think the fact that like
Mhm.
say you're about to run out of money because you have so many opportunities,
Yeah,
that is a very rare slash good problem to have, right?
exactly.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
I most businesses they would like die to have that problem, in my
yeah,
opinion, at
yeah,
least, right?
yeah,
And
yeah.
and that's like the beauty for what we do. Even at my scale, I've had that problem so many times, and it's a good problem. It's
Yeah, yeah,
you just have to wait it out, keep buying products. It's just time, right? Reinvest your
exactly.
profits, and before you know it, now you're
Yeah,
scaling, right? 40K, 50K, 60K, 70K should be no problem, right? And like in my personal opinion, with like loans,
yeah,
like you have to be smart about it. You have to like understand your math, but a lot of people that I've known, even I myself actually, I've scaled with loans. You just have to understand your numbers, right? As
yeah,
long as you're
exactly.
profitable,
Yeah.
the main thing is you're turning your inventory fast enough every
Mhm.
couple of days, right? You buy 10
Yeah.
units, it sells out in 2 days, you get the money back, you have no problem. But you have to be very like organized. But that I mean that's like a scaling problem, right? Like if you want
Mhm.
to like
Yeah.
scale your business multi six figures,
Yeah.
that's one of the better ways to do it,
Mm.
definitely for sure. And even to that point, right? Like now you're talking about scaling, and we're coming into like Q4 of the end of the year, so the best time of selling on Amazon.
Yeah.
Like what are your goals? What are your goals with Amazon?
Uh Before the end of the year, what the goal was to hit at least 50K a month,
Mhm. Yeah.
50K a month. And then the goal for next year would be to scale, up to like 200K if possible,
Yeah,
200K
definitely
a
possible.
month. That's what I'm trying to work on, But if I was to hit 50K a month before the end of the year, I know this is Q4 and there's gonna be like a boost in sales and all that, for some categories of products, which is why I actually want to diversify now type of product. And so diversifying would actually make that, you know,
A lot better.
much better, and
Safer.
also volume. You understand? So volume, diversifying, those two things is what I want to focus on now to try to hit my goals. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I think that's definitely the smart thing. Like as you
Yeah.
as you keep scaling,
Yeah.
like, and this applies to like real life as well, right? Like you never want to build all your wealth or like have only one source of income.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
logic with what we do. You
Yeah.
never want to rely and make all your money off one product. Yes, you
Exactly.
can do that, but it's risky. A lot of things can happen. Just so many things can happen. Like you want to, especially want to get to 50K, which I generally think it's very possible to do.
Mhm.
You should have many products. Like a but like say for example, you have 30 different products, all doing 1,500 or 2 grand for you. You that right there, you get to at least 50, 60K. And I think that's very realistic.
Yeah.
Plus, you get the peace of mind. Say something happens, right?
Yeah.
Like we're in a business, right?
Yeah.
Not everything that you do will be profitable. You know, it's called taking calculated risks
Yeah.
within reason.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you don't lose a lot of money, but or you won't lose a lot of money at all. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
max you lose 20 bucks, 30 bucks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But say
Mm-hmm.
that happens, you have 29 other items. You know, you have a bunch of other items that can still make you a good amount of money. So it doesn't really affect you that bad. I think that's definitely, in my opinion, the approach that you want to take it going
Yeah.
forward. And
Exactly.
even past Q4, like to get to 200K, same logic.
Yeah.
Like
Excuse
for
me.
me,
Yeah.
I have like over like 700 items.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like in the sense where not saying it to brag, but just saying it, I'm very diversified
Yeah.
where okay, one thing can happen, but it's okay. I have a lot more other items.
A lot
Plus,
of other backup, you know.
exactly. Plus,
And
like, even though you say you run out of money, you should still be sourcing. You don't have
yeah.
to source 2 hours. You can source like 30 minutes, right? Just get
Yeah.
better every day. And now
Mm-hmm.
you have like a big list of items that, okay, like if one product becomes bad, okay, now you could go buy another one. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it just almost becomes like a different income stream, right? If one goes
Mm-hmm.
bad, just get another one.
Yeah.
If two goes bad, get two more, right?
Yeah.
And that's how you scale. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's literally like the best tip I can give you, like the name of the game.
Yeah.
Get like if you can get to 30K in like a couple months, so far since joining this program,
Mm-hmm.
the hardest part was 0 to 10.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I found. And I'm sure you could probably agree too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
0 to 10 is
Yeah.
the hardest. For you personally going from like 10 to like 20, 20 to 30, I'm sure probably wasn't like too difficult whatsoever, right? It's just like buying more, sourcing more, selling more,
Yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah,
getting to 50.
once you know the basics, you know the basic things to do, and you get all that set up and everything, you know, it's basically you
Yeah,
pretty much just
the same thing.
go from there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the same thing. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could wrap it up as well. I think you've dropped some pretty good nuggets, some pretty good tips. And I guess two more questions actually.
Mhm.
Knowing what you know now about selling on Amazon, what would you tell yourself? I'd say like 4 months back when you were
I,
like looking into joining
I
this
wish I
program.
had started way earlier, way
Really?
earlier than when I did. Yeah, I wish I had started this a long time ago because yeah, I would definitely be where I wanted to be. You know, I wish all the money I put into private labeling, I put all that money into wholesale because it
Yeah.
would definitely be a different story for sure. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we all have that. Like even for me, I wish I started like even say like 4 months earlier or a year earlier, right? But
Yeah,
I guess everything like nature has its course.
exactly. Yeah,
Can't really focus too much on that. One thing I will say is I personally think selling on Amazon has gotten easier because back then, even like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe even like let's say with your brother, right? When he first started, there's not many resources out there.
yeah, yeah,
Not as much support, I'd say. And there's not as many like high level sellers, like people say doing it full time. And
yeah,
now there's a lot more where information is out there, right? Like if you want to work with a mentor, get the right direction, as
yeah,
long as you do enough research, I'm sure you could come across one that is legitimate, right?
yeah,
A community that's
exactly.
good. And
Mhm.
there's just so many people who's been where you are, say
Mhm.
starting off or even getting to 10K, like they can help you.
Yeah,
Um, and there's just it's no secret like that online shopping is growing, right? Like every year
exactly.
it's getting
Yeah,
more and more
yeah.
popular. Amazon's like the
And
face.
that was actually one of my major concerns when I first
Yeah.
started the Amazon business in general. I was like, Canada is, you know, back then when I started, you know, with retail arbitrage or whatever, Canada, they hadn't developed much of this
Yeah.
online shopping habit
Yeah.
as opposed to the US, which is why I actually set up my
Yeah.
private label business for the US, you know. So I'm actually surprised, you know, at the level of, you know, online shopping that people do now in Canada because it wasn't always that way. People were,
Yeah.
you know, very skeptical to buy things online in Canada in the past, but the US they had always been, you know, doing that a lot. So that was one of the things I was skeptical about. But you know, I'm glad I decided to start it and see, you know, that it's actually there. There is a market for, you know,
Yeah.
all these products. You
It,
know.
it's definitely getting better. I think Canada always is slightly behind from
Yeah,
US. Like
yeah,
US is just purely reliant on
yeah,
online shopping.
yeah,
Canada's getting there, but I think another aspect of it is because the stuff you sell are name brand items, like people already know, right? And the
Yeah.
people who shop there are buying for convenience.
Yeah.
So it's like you're not really trying to sell or like market your private label brand. Like you want to
Exactly.
create like
Something
body
they
shop.
don't know. Yeah.
Exactly, right? Like
Mhm.
you're selling, say, Tide Pods. Everyone knows
Yeah.
what the people who want to buy Tide Pods already know what it is.
Yeah.
So you're not selling them on anything. It's just you are just providing the product when they need
Exactly.
it online.
And I think
So
that's what makes it interesting because you don't really have to market these products. They're already
yeah,
known brands, you know.
yeah,
So, yeah.
yeah, it is. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think our model, what we do, from what
Mhm.
I've noticed, yes, there has been changes. Like what has worked a year ago or 2 years ago isn't working now,
Yeah.
but that's like adapting. But
Yeah.
overall, it's been getting a lot easier. Like the entry uh, barrier to entry is
Mhm.
lower than ever. You can get the
Exactly.
support you need. You can literally get off the ground and say you want to make 5 grand, right? I genuinely think, like, I genuinely believe it, and I've seen it with so many students, even you as a case. You can get there like relatively quickly as long
Yeah.
as you have the commitment for it and you're
Yeah.
just willing to show up every day,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
you're like say 4 months into the program, we're still here chatting, you're
Yeah.
still asking questions. That's like the most important thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm super proud of your progress. I
Thank you.
generally think you should have no problem getting to 50K even by next year. And then
Yeah.
I'm still here to help you, right?
No
You still have a
problem.
solid
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
You have all the weekly group coaching calls, the one-on-one channel.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
But
I'll go back and listen to those calls that I missed, while I was away. So
yeah. Oh yeah, and even better, you were on vacation too for
yeah.
3 weeks and you were
Yeah.
probably still getting sales.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
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 So that's definitely something. That's actually one of the reasons why I love the whole Amazon, business model in general, because I'm somebody who loves to travel and I want to be able to travel anywhere in the world, open up my
Yeah.
laptop and be able to still monitor my sales on Amazon and all that, have everything set up where I'm hands off a lot,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that's the goal. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's my goal as well. Like
Yeah.
I'm someone who likes to travel. I want to do
Yeah.
that too. And
Yeah.
Amazon can definitely do that.
Yeah.
But that just to wrap it up, I guess one piece of advice for someone listening to this or watching this video, they're on the fence of starting Amazon. I'd say joining the program and starting Amazon. What would you give to them?
Don't delay any further. Start now and join this program, because I am telling you, I can assure anybody you're not going to find a better program out there. And this is coming from somebody who has wasted at least $100,000 on programs out there, real estate programs, mentorship programs of all kinds. They will promise you heaven and earth, and they're never accessible.
Yeah.
Accessibility is the difference between this program and most programs out there. If you are able to reach the person who has the knowledge at
Mhm.
any time you want, and your questions are answered at any time you want, then I don't think you should play with such a program. You should definitely join, because that's what I advised my friend, and my friend joined. I told
Yeah.
him, look, if I tell you this program is the best out there, then you should know I know what I'm talking about, because he knows the kind of knowledge I have in business in general, and he trusted that and he
Yeah.
joined. So you know
Yeah.
it's just the accessibility. It's second to none, really, because I've tried a lot of them, and you just can't get them on phone, get them online or whatever at any given time. You have to like book appointments and all that kind of stuff, and it's difficult. But this program has been great when it comes to accessibility, and that's something that I was looking for. So I'm definitely anybody that's wanting to join, you're on the fence, go join now. You're not going to regret it for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was a very good response.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No
I
problem.
really appreciate that. And yeah, I mean, I think the accessibility and just the support, that's like night and day, right?
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
easily the reason between someone, say, who quit after like 2 weeks,
Yeah.
or they continue for four
Yeah.
months, 5 months, 6 months, and they
Exactly.
actually see the results that they want,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, I mean, that wraps it up. Once
All
again,
right.
you've been great inside the program,
Yeah.
contributing, joining, asking great questions.
Mhm.
I'm excited to see where you go. I
Yeah.
genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I think you could get to 50K for sure.
Yeah,
You can easily get
for
to
sure.
200K by next year.
Yeah,
I think that's a pretty long timeline. I think you could definitely get there.
yeah, yeah.
And if you have any questions, I mean, don't hesitate to ask in the
All
one.
right. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
Of
Yeah.
course. Yeah.
No,
But
sounds good.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for this video.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And send me those things we were gonna send.
the products, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll send
I'll
it.
look into it.
I'll send it within the hour.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks,
All
Jeff.
right. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. All
Bye
right. We'll
now.
talk soon.
Yeah.